Hello, everybody, and welcome to the conference. Today we're going to be tackling some of the major problems of electric cars and maybe how to solve some of these issues. So, I believe electric cars are likely the future of transportation. There are a number of problems, however, that are associated with battery-powered cars. These problems include environmental problems with the production as well as the disposal of the batteries, as well as the efficiency problems that come with using primarily coal, oil, and natural gas to produce electricity to charge a battery. It is not a very efficient process. And if the goal is to reduce the use of natural resources, this just doesn't totally make a lot of sense at this point. So, anyway, the problem that I'm going to really try to tackle today is how long it takes to recharge the batteries and continue on a journey. So, the Chevy Bolt, for example, only has a range of 238 miles on one single charge, which is one of the best-selling electric cars. The real problem is not the range, but rather the time it takes to recharge the car. The best time that can be achieved at home is about 10 hours from empty. However, the best time that can be achieved at some public charging stations is about 2.5 hours. This is terrible considering how long it takes to recharge or to fill up a normal gas-powered car, which is only a few minutes. So, the problem is made even worse in cold weather when the passengers require heat to heat the inside of the car. They use electricity from the batteries to do that. This can dramatically reduce the amount of time or the amount of available range by over half. I'm proposing an entirely different way of powering electric cars. I propose that all electric vehicles utilize a standardized replaceable battery pack that can be very easily taken out and swapped in for a charge pack. However, obviously there are many things to overcome to get to this point, but I believe it is critical for the future of electric cars. This would require a huge amount of infrastructure. For example, instead of gas stations, we would have what I would call a battery station, I guess, where we could exchange a used battery for a charged one. The station would then recharge the battery for the next person. This would also require a lot of collaboration between all of the vehicle manufacturers. They would all have to agree to use a standardized battery between all of their models and makes. It should be kind of amazing if they would, but so despite the various problems that need to be overcome to make the technology work, I believe there's a huge amount of benefit. So first, clearly this would solve the problem of the limited range of the cars without increasing the size of the batteries in most of the cars. It would also allow electric cars to last much longer, as the part that is currently the life limiter on electric cars is the battery. The batteries usually last between 200,000 to 250,000 miles, which is pretty good. And the batteries also usually cost around $5,000. This is not bad when considering a normal gasoline-powered car would cost roughly the same to replace an engine, for example. However, it could be even better if the batteries could be replaced very regularly. This would also allow the newest and greatest battery technology to be continually introduced into the market and utilized in even the older electric cars. This would allow the electric cars to last much longer and stay up to date with the newest technology, which would be a great benefit. Another great benefit would be the ability to build an industry around charging and replacement of the batteries. This would allow jobs at gas stations to be transferred over to what I would call battery station. It would also potentially allow the gas stations to be repurposed as a battery station, as gas stations slowly start to die off in the future. This new industry that would be created would be great for the economy as the shift in technology occurs. Without the creation of this industry, we would have nothing to replace one of the most important and economic generators in the world, which has historically been oil. And the oil transfer. This would also begin to solve the problem of the very short distances that can be achieved by an electric car in the winter. On one side, you would still have a much more limited range than you would in the summer. However, by stopping and swapping in a charged battery pack, you would be able to continue on your journey, which is awesome if you live far from work or whatever. So, along with this idea is it would be possible, it would possibly be much easier to rescue a car that is stranded due to running out of the battery, as the battery could be easily removed and exchanged with a charged one. This would possibly be a faster, easier, and cheaper solution than calling a tow truck. And AAA alone rescued approximately 15 million cars in 2015 due to running out of fuel. This problem is not just going to go away in battery-powered cars, where the only current solution is to get towed to a charging station, or in some very rare cases, a truck might have a battery on it where they could hook up your car and charge it from there. In the end, I believe that the benefits of investing in a replaceable battery standard is the best solution we currently have to solve one of the major problems with electric cars. While it is not a perfect solution, I believe that it is worth the investment in the idea.